Hey everyone, welcome back to RJK English. Make sure to like and subscribe and hit that bell icon and comment. I'd like to hear what you think. Is there someone else that you know that's learning English and or maybe studying for TOEFL or IELTS, or they are studying Siddhartha in school? Make sure to share this with them. Okay, let's keep going. So Siddhartha has uh, shown that real knowledge, real wisdom can't be communicated. Also, that truth can't be expressed in words, kind of the same thing. That when you express truth in words, it presents only one side, but that real life is two-sided, and that time is not real. All right, let's keep going. How is that? Asked Govinda, puzzled. Listen, my friend, I am a sinner and you are a sinner. But someday the sinner will be Brahma again, will someday attain nirvana, will someday become a Buddha. Now, this someday is illusion. It is only a comparison. The sinner is not on the way to a Buddha-like state. He is not evolving, although our thinking cannot conceive things otherwise. No, the potential Buddha already exists in the sinner. His future is already there. The potential hidden Buddha must be recognized in him, in you, in everybody. The world, Govinda, is not imperfect or slowly evolving along a path to perfection. Boy, this would be something to say to a person from the US like me, right? No, it is perfect at every moment. Every sin already carries grace within it. All small children are potential old men. All sucklings have death within them. Sucklings are like babies that suckle. Um, all dying people, eternal life. It is not possible for one person to see how far another is on the way. The Buddha exists in the robber and dice player. The robber exists in the Brahman, meaning the person that is of the Brahman caste. Uh, During deep meditation, it is possible to dispel time. So during meditation, according to this, and maybe according to Buddhism, time disappears. All right, you tap into Brahman, who is eternal. During deep meditation, it's possible to dispel time, to see to, to see simultaneously all the past, present, and future. And then everything is good, everything is perfect, everything is Brahman. Again, I have to stop for a second. You should really listen to the song Pyramid Song by Radiohead and compare it, okay? Therefore, it seems to me that everything that exists is good, death as well as life, sin as well as holiness, wisdom as well as folly. Everything is necessary. Everything needs only my agreement, my assent, my loving understanding. Then all is well with me and nothing can harm me. I learned through my body and soul that it was necessary for me to sin, that I needed lust, that I had to strive for property and experience nausea, and then and the depths of despair in order to learn not to resist them, in order to learn to love the world and no longer compare it with some kind of desired imaginary world, some imaginary vision of perfection, but to leave it as it is, to love it and be glad to belong to it. These, Govinda, are some of the thoughts that are in my mind. Those are quite some those are some amazing thoughts. I'd love to hear your comments. How do you think that's wrong? How do you think it's right? Make sure to comment. Siddhartha bent down, lifted a stone from the ground, and held it in his hand. This, he said, handling it, is a stone, and with a certain length of time, it will perhaps be soil. And from the soil, it will become a plant, animal, or man. Previously, I should have said, this stone is just a stone. It has no value. It belongs to the world of Maya, which is like samsara, the illusion of the world. But perhaps because within the cycle of change, it can also become man and spirit, it is also of importance. That is what I should have thought. But now I think This stone is stone. It is also animal, God, and Buddha. I do not respect it and love it because it was one thing and will become something else, but because it has already long been everything and always is everything. Do you see where this is going? Stepping away for a second. What is Brahma? Brahma is everything. What is enlightenment? Seeing the unity. So it feels like we're stepping towards something here. Back to it. I love it just because it is a stone, because today and now it appears to me a stone. I see value and meaning in each one of its fine markings and cavities, in the yellow, in the gray, in the hardness, and the sound of it when I knock it, in the dryness or dampness of its surface. There are stones that feel like oil or soap, that look like leaves or sand, and each one is different and worships Om in its own way. Each one is Brahman. At the same time, it is very much stone, oily or soapy, and that is just what pleases me and seems wonderful and worthy of worship. But I will say no more about it. Words do not express thoughts well. They always become a little different immediately they are expressed, a little distorted and a little foolish. And yet it also pleases me and seems right that what is of value and wisdom to one man seems nonsense to another. Did you hear that at the end? And yet it also pleases me and seems right that what is of value and wisdom to one man seems nonsense to another. Who does that sound like? That sounds like the river that laughs. I thought the river was cruel, laughing at people, but this sounds like the river. Govinda had listened in silence. Why did you tell me about the stone? He asked, hesitating after a pause. I did so unintentionally, but perhaps it illustrates that I just love the stone and the river and all these things that we see and from which we can learn. I can love a stone, Govinda, and a tree and a piece of bark. These are things, and one can love things, but one cannot love words. Therefore, teachings are of no use to me. They have no hardness, no softness, no colors, no corners, no smell, no taste. They have nothing but words. Perhaps that is what prevents you from finding peace. Perhaps there are too many words for even salvation and virtue. Samsara and nirvana are only words, Govinda. Nirvana is not a thing. There is only the word nirvana. Govinda said, sorry, I'm having emergency alerts because of the tornado. One second, I'm going to turn this off. Sorry about that. Siddhartha continued, nirvana is not a thing, there is only the word nirvana. Govinda said, nirvana is not only a word, my friend, it is a thought. Siddhartha continued, it may be a thought, but I must confess, my friend, that I do not differentiate much between thoughts and words. Quite frankly, I do not attach great importance to thoughts either. I attach more importance to things. For example, there was a man at this ferry who was my predecessor and teacher. He was a holy man who, for many years, believed only in the river and nothing else. He noticed that the river's voice spoke to him. He learned from it. It educated and taught him. The river seemed like a god to him, and for many years he did not know that every wind, every cloud, every bird, every beetle is equally divine and knows and can teach just as well as the esteemed river. But when this holy man went off into the woods, he knew everything. He knew more than you and I, without teachers, without books, just because he believed in the river. Okay, I think we've gone on long enough. This was pretty long. I'm hoping you got something out of it. If you didn't, you might be a stone. Or maybe I'm just old. Okay, make sure to like and subscribe and comment. I'll definitely get back to you if you comment. I'd like to hear what you think. All right, I will see you next time.